welcome into room 442. And guys, today we are going to have some fun. James Sharman, Albert Vartanian, Mikey Singh, Sarah Pararia, and we are going to just play games this entire show.
The game show show.
The game show show is what we're calling it. You will see some of your favorites: attack and defend, red card, yellow card, and of course, birdies, brain busters. We're going to start off with attack and defend. I'm going to be asking these guys questions about football, and they're going to have to either attack or defend. Sorry, rather statements. And I'm going to pin them purposely against one another in places they don't want to be, and I'm going to have a really good time doing so. So, guys, let's start. First question.
Or statement.
Sorry, statement. Thank you, James. No, it's the second time. Albert, you're going to defend this. Mikey, you're going to attack this. The statement is, Arsenal will finish ahead of Manchester City in the Premier League this season. You agree with that? Say why. You're going to attack. Go for it.
Arsenal will win the Arsenal will win the Premier League this season above Manchester City. For one reason, there's more pressure on Manchester City to win the Champions League than it is to win the Premier League. Arsenal not in the Champions League. Yes, Europa League, but what we've seen from Mikel Arteta, he's able to rotate his side and not use all of his number 11 in the Premier League. Keep them rested, keep them ready for the fight in the Premier League to take down Manchester City.
Do you believe that?
Hey man, right now I do. Right now I do, Mikey.
So Manchester City are going to unequivocally win yet another Premier League title. They've done it for the last couple of seasons. They're going to do it again this year. And the reason being, one man in particular, Erling Haaland. He is the best player in the Premier League right now. We haven't seen a goal scorer quite like Erling Haaland in quite some time. And Manchester City have so much squad depth that if a guy does go down, they have players like Julian Alvarez right behind him to replace him. And you have a guy like Pep Guardiola who's managing the squad. I can go on and on and on about this. And one thing I'll say about Arsenal, they're missing arguably their most important attacker. Not even arguably, not even debatable. Their most important attacker, Gabriel Jesus, is out for Arsenal for an extended period of time. They're going to bottle this. It's Manchester City's Premier League title.
James, being the odd man out in this one, you are going to judge.
Good arguments. I know how that pained poor Albert beside me. So respect, brother. Respect.
Thank you.
However, I've got to go with Mikey here. Makes some good
Ding,
points.
ding.
Depth is everything, and the Jesus injury is crippling. Unless, of course, they go and sign someone, which they probably will. But still, at this point of taping, I'm going with Mikey.
All right, me too. That's a point for you, Mikey. All right, James and Albert here. Statement is, James, you are defending this.
Okay.
Messi is the greatest player ever. Albert, you're attacking.
What are you doing to me here?
Having fun today.
Okay, Messi is not the greatest player to ever play football. I mean, just because he won a World Cup does not make him the greatest player ever. Look at a player like Pele. People seem to forget. This guy won 3 of them. He won 3. Mbappe at 23 has 1. So you can make the argument maybe in the next 10 years he can win a couple more and then surpass Lionel Messi. Then you have Maradona, another player who's been fantastic, not only for the country, but for club. I mean, it's easy to say that after the World Cup we just saw, but there are players who are more deserving, James.
15 years at the very, very top, right? Pele didn't do that. Maradona didn't do that. 7 Ballon d'Ors. Is it 4 or 5 Champions Leagues, right? Over 10 La Ligas, I believe, or thereabouts, right? Really, the argument is pretty straightforward, right? We can talk about generations and how to compare now to Pele's era or Maradona's era, but let's be honest, things nowadays are just better in general, right? Technology, better athletes. So yeah, but Messi is the greatest.
You can say there's more.
He is GOAT.
More in his advantage, right? Because of the technology.
Yeah.
Look at the pitches now compared to then.
And
Look what Maradona had to play through.
You're right.
Pele had to play through.
And back then, the violence on the pitch, the hacking was awful, but it makes it better now. We see the sublime skills, whereas perhaps in the past, you didn't see it quite as much. So to me, there's only one answer here, and it's Messi.
Right.
Mikey, odd man out.
I lost again.
Yeah, so I really liked your argument. There are players out there that you can compare to Lionel Messi, but I do really agree with James's argument in the fact that with the game growing, game evolving, you see players naturally start to progress. I think athletes nowadays are at a different level that we've ever seen. And I just think about the fact if you put Messi in Pele or Maradona's era, what he would be doing there. So for that reason, James, I got to give you the point.
Man, ahead of a World Cup, Maradona was literally training on a farm by himself.
Don't be a sore
But
loser.
Maradona also really was at the top of his game for like 2 or 3
A
years.
short amount of time,
right?
yes.
All
So
right, guys, I have
different
2
lifestyle.
more. I really want to get to both of them, so let's try and get through
I should
this.
have mentioned that.
James, you're back in action.
Ooh.
Mikey, you're in here.
Let's go.
James, you'll be attacking. Mikey, you'll be defending. That Barcelona will beat Manchester United in the next round of the Europa League.
Can I take the
Go,
L?
dude,
Can I
did
take
you
the
hear what I
L?
had to do? Go ahead.
You got? I want to see your football
Don't worry, it's
knowledge.
Europa League. No one cares about it anyway.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
man. So Barcelona will beat Manchester United in the Europa League because Manchester United right now, while they're making progress, they're still extremely flawed. We've yet to see this team make a deep tournament run in the last couple of years, and they're missing a key piece now, a key Europa League piece in Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I don't know what this team is going to look like when it comes to depth after Ronaldo leaves. And, you know, we still have questions about their back line, like who is going to be Manchester United's healthy starting center backs and full backs moving forward. So for that reason, I think Barcelona will have the edge in this.
Harry Maguire's in the form of his life coming out of the World Cup. Rafael Varane, as Sarah said in the previous show, you know, made a World Cup 11 at this point. Eric Ten Hag, formerly of Ajax, coached the same system at Barcelona, knows Barca better than Barca knows Barca. There's no Ronaldo, so there's no distraction. That's the biggest, you know, plus point for United right now. They're going to just boss Barcelona and advance.
Okay, we got to be quick here. Albert, quick decision because I want
I'm
to do
with
one
James.
more.
Listen, Manchester United have multiple World Cup winners, and look at what they're doing without Ronaldo at the moment. I think Manchester United get the job done.
You did really well there, Mikey. All right, Mikey, defend this. Albert, attack. Canada was the worst performing team at the World Cup, aside from Qatar.
Oh.
I'll just do it quickly. Aside from Qatar,
You're defending this,
so the worst team overall at the World Cup.
aside from Qatar.
Oh, it's Costa Rica, for sure. Costa Rica
No,
might
no,
have.
no. You are defending this, so you are agreeing that Canada was the worst.
Oh,
Yeah, there you
why
go.
do you gotta do that?
Come on.
Why you gotta do that
Alright.
to me? Well, we saw what Milan Borjan did in goal. That's all I gotta say with Canada. Leave it at that.
Albert, attack it.
So, well, I'm confused now.
Yeah. So you're saying that there were worse teams.
Oh,
than
yeah, okay, there we go, yeah. Oh, Qatar.
No,
Right.
besides
Aside from
Qatar.
Oh, besides
Kelvin.
Qatar. Sorry, I'm out to lunch.
Canada was
here.
the second worst team.
Yeah, Canada was. Were they? I'm trying to think top of my head. Who else was bad? Belgium were pretty terrible too.
They beat Canada.
Yeah, they beat Canada.
I think we should wrap it up.
Mike
James?
wins. Yeah, I'm
Give me a point.
drawing.
I think
I'm drawing a
If
blank
you
here.
can even call that.
neither one.
I'm drawing a blank.
Can we
here.
give
Why can't I
zeros?
think of any other team?
Well, I mean, there's a case to be made. They got 0 points,
Yes.
right? Most teams got a point aside from Qatar.
Yeah.
But they're also in an incredibly tough group, maybe the toughest group with 2 semi-finalists.
Well, I guess it's opinion based. I just wanted to put these guys in the hot seat and make them sweat a little bit, and I think they did. Up next, we have Mikey's favorite segment. It's red card, yellow card. We'll be right back. Welcome back into room 442, the game show, and now we are going to play red card, yellow card. Let me remind you of the rules. Mikey will give us a statement, and if we agree with it, we say play on. If we're unsure, we give a yellow, and if we completely disagree, we're giving him a red. Go for it, Mikey.
All right, everybody's favorite game show.
Well.
So I'm gonna throw this one to James.
Oh, Hannes.
And it's something we haven't dove too much into, but there is a lot of speculation circling around. It's Lionel Messi and his future. So I'm saying to you, Lionel Messi will play at the 2026 World Cup, which, by the way, right here on home soil.
That's a really good one. I'm going to say play on because before the World Cup, I would have said no chance at all he's playing there. But the way he dominated this World Cup at 35 years of age, the decline will come at some point. We know that. But how steep will it be? He can still be a really effective player by 2026. And maybe not the best player, but a really good player. He's also smart enough to evolve his game as well. Maybe he plays a deeper role in the midfield. So I'm going to say there's a chance. There's a chance. So play on. I hope to see him in 2026.
It's an interesting debate. Do any of you think he won't be playing at 2026?
No, you know what? I would have said no. I'm like James. After that performance at the World Cup, you can only imagine he's going to keep playing, and he's not retiring, right? So it means he wants to defend the championship. You would think with Argentina, and based on the way that he plays, we talked about it on another show, but he doesn't use that much energy for his age, and I think he's smart in how to play, and I think that means that he'll play for a long time, and it's not that far away, 3.5 years.
Plus, this guy loves personal accolades and awards. We criticize Ronaldo, right? But so does Messi.
Yeah.
He could be the first player to play in 6 World Cups, an outfield player, right? That's a big deal.
Massive, massive. All right, let me move on here. Albert, this one's for you. Jose Mourinho.
Jose
Mourinho will be the next manager of Portugal.
Yeah, I'll give you yellow. I'll give you. I can see both sides to that. It seems like it's going that way based on reports. What I don't understand about the whole situation that I think might kill it is the fact that he still wants to manage at the club level while managing at the international level. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the stats. I don't know if there's any manager that's ever done that and succeeded, right? I know it's happened before, but I can see Portugal pulling the trigger because Mourinho has talked about for years wanting to manage at international level for Portugal. And I think for Ronaldo, that could be the best situation because I could see Mourinho bringing it back in. So I'm on the fence.
Just imagine that.
Had to circle
I
Ronaldo
see
back
it.
into this conversation. Well, he had some interesting comments about Bruno Fernandes, right? And seeing him manage that team and Bruno Fernandes, that would be.
And that's a concern too, right?
quite
He'll bring a lot of
interesting.
that controversy, which is not good.
Last thing Portugal needs. Sarah, this one's for you. Julian Alvarez obviously had a fantastic, incredible World Cup with Argentina. I'm saying for the rest of this season with Manchester City, Julian Alvarez will start on the bench more times than he'll get into the 11 for Pep Guardiola's side.
Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, I'll give you yellow. Both sides. It's tough because obviously we know Erling Haaland, great scorer, scoring so many goals so far. Will this break have affected him? I don't think so, but maybe. But besides him, City's team is so deep that that's my concern, you know, with the likes of their midfield alone, KDB, Gundogan up front, Riyad Mahrez. I mean, there are so many players that can play potentially over Alvarez, but at the same time, I know Guardiola loved watching this tournament and loved seeing this guy do really well, scoring goals. Like you guys have said, really run up and down the pitch and go for those opportunities that, you know, somebody in the pivot like Messi will give him. I can see both. I'm hoping he gets more starts than not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any other team in the world, he's probably getting into the 11 after what he did in that World Cup. It's an interesting situation to watch and see how it unfolds overall. Now, I'll throw it back to you, James. After Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester United, I'm saying that they're going to have sort of a resurgence here, and they're going to find a way to finish top 4 in the Premier League this season.
Oh,
top 4, eh?
James!
Wow, that's a great one. Top 4. Okay, you know what? I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to agree with that. So right now, top 4, you got City and Arsenal, and you got Newcastle and Spurs. I don't think Newcastle's going anywhere. I think without the stress of Europe, they can focus on this. I know they got the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, so watch out. FA Cup kicks off obviously in the new year as well, but I think they're going to stay there. So it's for that 4th spot. Spurs, with respect, you know, they need to show me more than they've shown so far. I think Conte could become a distraction at some point if he's not going to get a new deal. And United look really good in the run-up to the World Cup, looking much better. Despite Ronaldo's, behaviour and of course the interview, I think they're going to spend in the January window as well and get a lot better. So yeah, I think United will find a way back in the top 4 because Liverpool, I think they've kind of dug their grave. I think it could be too late for them.
We'll see. Yes, I mean,
and Chelsea too.
We're about 14, 15 games into the season. Still lots of football left to be played. Albert, let me throw this one to you.
All right.
Just keep it quick for me because I want to get to one more.
All right.
Jonathan David.
Okay.
Should force a move away from Lille this transfer window in January.
No, red card. I don't think so. I think he's going to get that move at some point. He's a fantastic striker. He's already on the minds of some of the elite in European football. He's going to get that move eventually, but he's in a great spot. He's the #1 striker there. He knows the league. He plays well. I wouldn't force a move because I think the move will come.
Yeah, it's been rumored for so long, right? We hear different teams almost every year, and
still
obviously
young.
this World Cup didn't do him too many favors. But yeah, maybe his stock isn't quite where it needs to be. Sarah Pereira, I got to get some Toronto FC in here. TFC quietly during this World Cup have been making some really important moves. Obviously, Matt Hedges recently signed, and Jonathan Osorio re-signed. Victor Vasquez also brought back to the club. With a full preseason now under the belt for their Italian superstars, I'm saying TFC are going to finish in the top 4 in the Eastern Conference this season.
No, sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry. No. I mean, from what I saw last season, they were in shambles, and I'm still a little bit unsure of Bob Bradley. We know what he's capable of. It's not that he's a bad coach, but sometimes coaches don't always work well with teams. I'm not really sure if he's the guy for this side. And look at the drama these Italians have already brought. You can't just bring players in and think that because, you know, they're world class, they're going to make a team better. Football is a team sport, and it's already causing problems. Fede and Insigne are having issues. You know, Criscito's gone, and I as of right now, I don't think so. Whole season ahead, it could totally change. But I'm looking at it right now, and they're still not convincing me.
Well, I'm not
Sorry,
sure I
Mikey.
see that, but we'll see how it plays out. Sarah Pereira?
Sorry, Mikey. That's it for red card, yellow card. Up next, finally, Bert's Brain Busters. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, welcome back in room 442, our last segment of the game show. And it's Bert's Brain Busters. My personal favorite, even though
What?
I'm
Is it
the
really?
worst
Wait,
at
what?
it. I don't know why.
You.
Wow.
Thank you very
Sorry.
much. Thank you.
I know I'm
Really?
so bad at it, but I have the most fun. I just go on a journey.
I put a lot of work into these, huh?
Exactly.
We're never
Albert
playing
is
red card,
going
yellow
to-
card again.
No, I guess not. Eh?
Stripping it. That's ridiculous.
Hey, you're taking up time in Bert's Brain Busters. So
Albert is going to tell us about a player, describe where they play, maybe who they played with. We have to guess. We only get one guess. Once we say something, we are out. Albert, go for
Are
it.
you guys ready to get your brains busted?
Oh, man.
Reigning
Let's go.
champion, I must say, Michael Singh. James, not confident. Sarah, not confident, but good luck. You ready?
I'm here for a
You
good
ready?
time.
Go.
Do it.
All
Do
right.
it.
I'm the first player to play in both the European Championship and World Cup in 3 different decades. I won the bronze ball at the 2022 World Cup. Yes, there's a bronze ball.
Modric
James.
gets in.
Luka Modric. Well done.
I actually was like, what's the bronze
What's the
ball?
bronze?
Who won
yeah,
the silver ball quickly?
Yeah. This year?
Yeah.
Mbappe.
There you go.
Does that
All
get a
right.
point for that as well?
No.
Oh.
Next one. My soccer idol is Luis Figo. At the age of 7, I began playing for a youth team of Brackley Town. I signed with Dortmund when I was 16. In my professional career, I've won the Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, and FIFA World Cup. My former teammates include Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Romelu Lukaku, and Clint Dempsey.
Oh, it's not Martinelli.
Nope. And
No.
Brackley Town is what stands out here.
No.
I won the CONCACAF Nations League with the USA.
Oh.
Gioreta?
No.
Oh, you know what it
I
is.
know what it
You
is.
know
I know I
come
can't
on,
even
now you know.
spell that. God
Kristen,
dang.
Oh,
That was good, huh?
that's a really good one.
You
isn't it?
threw me when you said
terrible.
Luis Figo. I
I
was
think I'm
like,
just going to
said
hand these things
Portuguese.
to you guys. All
I
right,
know he
next
is at
one.
Brackley Town.
Brackley Town. Yeah, when he was 7.
Wow.
All right, next one. French newspaper L'Equipe named me to their worst team of the 2022 World Cup. I scored the only goal for my country. I've played with one of the players already mentioned.
Robert Lewandowski?
No.
No.
He scored 1 goal for his country.
I've won the champion.
Sorry, the only goal for his country.
Yes.
Only.
I-
Oh, you're one. I don't know his name. I don't-
That's a big part of
Well,
the,
you
Yeah.
gotta know
part of
his
the
name, Sarah.
contest.
Ready?
Okay.
I've won the Champions League and MLS Cup.
Oh, Gareth Bale.
Hey, well done. Who's Gareth Bale?
You
Bale-
didn't know his
Bale scored
name.
goals?
Yeah, he
No,
scored a penalty.
Oh, yeah,
I thought you were
that's
going to
right.
Do
think about that.
you know he
Australian
scored
one.
the latest goal in MLS history?
Latest goal in MLS history.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh, did he? Oh, of course he
Got
did.
the
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
next
yeah.
one. Did you look at my answer? I saw you looking at the
I
question.
didn't.
Mikey,
Sarah winning
I
this
didn't-
right now.
that's a
She's
great
right.
question.
Oh, what?
Anyone
I gotta
keeping
s-
track?
I gotta
Anybody
say
here?
Yeah, it's Pulisic and
Yeah,
Bale.
Bale. I
All
know,
right,
we haven't
2-1,
even got to the
2-1-0.
Spanish players yet.
All
Bale.
right, next one. We got to speed her up. I made stops at Sampdoria and Udinese before making my way to the Premier League. In 2018-19, I scored 33 goals in all competitions, making me the highest scoring midfielder in Europe in a single season. Messi had 36.
Midfielder.
I currently play in the Premier League for a club in Manchester. Bernardo Silva and Ruben Diaz are my teammates. I'm a Nations League winner. Any guesses here, folks?
Oh, Cancelo.
No.
No.
A midfielder.
Yeah.
Is it a Portuguese
Bernardo
guy?
Silva?
Nope.
No. Okay, no, we've seen.
All right, so I'll give you another hint. I moved from Sporting to Manchester United.
Come on. Are you serious?
I started for Portugal at this past World Cup. That's my last hint.
There's so many. Who plays in the middle for?
Dun, 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 dun,
Ronaldo.
Portuguese, United.
I'm
midfielder.
there.
Come
I
on.
can't think about it.
One.
Three.
really
You
got
big
3-1 up here.
Portuguese midfielder
3-1
for
up here.
Manchester United.
Come
Yeah,
on.
It's Bruno. That's why I'm completely.
What'd you say?
No, I'm not. I haven't said anything
You
yet.
gotta hurry up.
I
We're running out of time.
Why aren't you saying Bruno?
Why'd you say it?
Wait, it is Bruno? I thought you said he plays with Bruno.
No, Bernardo Silva.
Oh,
He
so
plays
it's
with Bruno Fernandes.
Oh my
Okay.
god, I heard.
Should we give it to her?
Pain.
What are you
Yeah.
giving us?
Really tried to help
Next
you.
one.
I legit heard Bruno
3-1.
Fernandez.
I threw you off with that Bernardo
Yeah,
Ruben
yeah,
Diaz.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, 'cause I got the whole
Hey,
thing.
Wait,
That
you guessed
was
though
really
Bernardo.
We got
Didn't you
Bernardo.
say Bernardo?
Yeah, I said Bernardo. So he
So
said
why
Bernardo because he's
Oh, see,
sleeping.
that
at the
also-
Don't
moment.
argue it.
Sleeping at the
You
wheel.
got-
I'm just.
We got 3 minutes left. Next one.
Oh, really?
I'm a World Cup winner. I'm a former French Player of the Year. I won Ligue 1 with PSG.
Verratti?
No.
He's not
Oh,
French.
I've scored 2 goals in my MLS career, and one of them came against Toronto FC.
Oh, come on. You're going to do me like that.
Cristiano Ronaldo was my teammate when I won Serie A. There's one more hint. I don't want to give it away yet, though, so you guys got to think a little bit.
Wow, this worked until the
World
MLS
Cup
thing.
winner, former French Player of the Year, won Ligue 1 with PSG, scored 2 goals in his MLS career, one against TFC.
Oh, come on.
Played
No.
with Ronaldo when they won the Serie A Juventus.
The MLS was just throwing me off.
All right, last one. Ready? Last hint. You're probably going to get it. I'm currently under contract with Inter Miami. Mikey. You don't
Couldn't
know.
help me. Not even an option.
My God.
He was on France's team when they won the World Cup in 2018.
I know. I had everything until MLS. There was one person that went with all
He's
of those
currently
things.
under contract with them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure he is?
Are you sure?
Positive, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't-
It
Blaze,
ends
Blaze,
this
Blaze
month.
my Tweety.
Blaze Matuidi.
I thought he was.
I checked because it ends this month.
That's a good one.
All right.
Under contract.
Okay, so 3-1-1. One?
One.
Yeah, okay. This is
Right.
different. This one is, these are guests of footballer based on their career path. So I'm going to give you their clubs in order, and you got to guess who it is. Okay? You can yell at the name whenever you want. 2 minutes.
I hate this.
Okay, ready? Real Sociedad. Atletico Madrid. Barcelona. Atletico Madrid.
Griezmann.
Anton Griezmann.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's
Well
great.
done. Schalke. Werder Bremen. Real Madrid. Arsenal.
Mertesacker.
No. Fenerbahce. Istanbul.
Hold on.
Schalke. Werder Bremen. Real Madrid. Arsenal. Fenerbahce.
Oh, Ozil.
Mesut Ozil. Well done.
Nice.
one,
Good
yeah.
one.
4-1-2.
She's flying today.
Sevilla. Real Madrid.
Ramos.
PSG. Sergio Ramos. Holy
What is happening?
This one, ready? Chelsea, Bristol City,
I'm out.
Swansea, Villa, Chelsea, Roma.
Oh,
30 seconds.
Chelsea.
Oh my
Roma.
god. No. Wait,
oh
go
my
again.
God, no.
Chelsea, Bristol City, Swansea, Villa,
Didn't make the-
Chelsea, Roma.
Oh my, why is my brain not working?
We're running out of time.
Picture him right now.
Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham. Oh! Last one quickly.
Yo.
Real Madrid, Dortmund, Inter Milan, PSG.
Wait,
I know.
stop.
Real Madrid,
I know this one,
Dortmund,
Hakimi.
Inter Milan,
Let's go.
There's the champion.
Wow.
Score.
I don't know. You destroyed
No,
these
what was
guys.
that? No,
You
'cause I
crushed
don't
like
think
6
anyone's
of
ever
them.
won
Well
by
done.
that much.
Well done.
Just
Okay,
be a
guys.
gracious loser, a winner.
Yeah, you won.
So you
I
can say
won't
loser.
because you guys are never gracious winners
Oi.
anyway.
Well done.
All right, guys, that is it for our game show. I hope you had as much fun as we did because, fellas, that was a great time. But we are still here covering football day and night, so make sure to keep watching. 442 will be back. Thanks for watching.